A strong roster of Scrub Killer, Tho, and Nolly versus Vitality fielding Fairy Peak, K-Dop, and Maut. I am feeling confident about my prediction, but Maut by no means is a bad player. For everybody wondering, he is their coach and their sub, and this is going to be a really, really tough performance and a hard sell to win this.
And Maut is a bit of a mean, bless him, but he has, been at the top of the game in his time. He is certainly more than capable of jumping into a pro lobby and doing some good stuff. But that was already an awkward pass from him. What are you expecting from Maut? I think that we're going to see some awkward touches at the beginning, but he will figure out the pace of the series. And once he does, he might step up.
I mean, the question mark is almost entirely going to be on the mechanics, because there's no doubt he knows what to do, right? He knows what he needs to do. He is the coach for one of the strongest rosters in Vitality. But will he be able to match that? And what are K-Dop and Fairy Peak going to do? Because they have lost a lot of their firepower. Alpha, one of their best players, and Maut's got gigantic shoes to fill. There's no easy shoes to fill on this squad at all if there were internet issues for either of the others. But man, it's going to be very, very tough for Vitality to win this. And Guild, I'm sure, are very pleased seeing Maut on the pitch.
And already, look how much pressure Guild are having. They'll be feeling really confident right now. Their attack will be purring as they come forward. But they have to remember that still, Fairy Peak, he's got a solo play in him, isn't he? So too is K-Dop. And Maut, the question mark over him to me is, how do his teammates let him play? Does he get a free roll? Is he told to defend? Do they basically say, look, don't come in to our half of the pitch. You do the aggression stuff. You tell your lesser player to chase. Maybe that's the play. I have got no idea how it's happening, but it seems to me that so far, Maut's touches are very boomy. He wants to get the ball, get rid of it, and make sure that he's not making a mistake. And maybe Guild will start to get frustrated because they have that in them.
I think we are going to be seeing a new wave of Guild, and I think this is going to be... I think if Vitality do win this, and they do secure the first goal, it is going to be a pretty short-lived tournament run for them regardless. But Maut, with the setup, sends it high at Nolly, who dropped it for Scrub Killer to connect. But instead, K-Dop beats him out. And Maut, with the first assist of the game, K-Dop with the goal.
Oh, I'm actually disappointed that you said K-Dop with the goal. I sort of like the idea of nobody remembering who scored the first goal in Regional 3 playoffs. Everyone just remembers that Maut gets the assist and K-Dop then saves from Scrub. We will remember that one. Well done, K-Dop. You've earned our memory. I was going to say as well, Stumpy, that Guild are still going to have to defend better than that. Nolly's touch down to Scrub. It was trying to be way too clever. They're trying it again. This is crazy from Guild. They need to just get rid of the ball sometimes because they're going to be punished.
Yeah, it's going to be on Guild as well to not just match the play that we're going to see Vitality give them. They need to do more than that. We're going to need to see Guild not become complacent and think, well, there's Vitality with a sub. Like, that's still a good sub. It's still a decent player to have on the team. As Maut goes chasing for a couple of demos, does not secure that boost steal. And Scrub will send it long on an open net. Fairy Peak up, but Maut beating him out. K-Dop shutting down the attack, and now Maut with the 50. Goes for a solo versus Nolly, does not get it over. And this is a playground at the moment. Scrub with a chance. Takes it low, but Fairy to 50.
I don't care if you are Guild's biggest fan. When Maut got the save and then he went for the solo play, everybody was hoping that he'd find a way to get it into the back of the net. It didn't quite happen on that occasion, but he is getting involved. Fair play to him. He wants to get on the ball. He's not afraid of it. He's got his teammate Fairy Peak going up for that one and sending Guild all the way back. And the question of the time left in this game, Stumpy, is just starting to be asked. We're getting later into it, and it's still 1-0 to Vitality.
Scrub Killer with a whiff as well on that right-hand side. Fairy Peak with an open chance, but does not take it. Challenges with Tho, and Nolly can send it wide. Maut dropping it over to K-Dop, who swipes in front of Scrub Killer. Low boost on the back wall, so can't go too far with it. Instead, Tho sends it towards Fairy Peak, who has got 60 boost. Can go up. Will not be out the defender because he fakes it. Nolly just missing. Not the performance we've seen from him in the last couple of days.
Guild have forgotten how to defend all over again. It was partly a fake from Fairy Peak, but partly just a flat-out miss there from Scrub Killer on the backboard. Thought he'd have it. And now it's 2-0. A couple of them for Guild to come back to. They'll need to start off this phase of the play pretty well because Vitality are looking weirdly confident. It seems that they know that nobody's expecting them to take this one. They're playing without pressure. And it's just working for them right now. This could be it. The Nolly, the double tap, the quality finish, and it's 2-1.
Oh, Nolly catching that from Scrub's clear. Carries it on its way. and then taps it down for the double. K-Dop in net, looking confused, bewildered, and scored upon. The first goal coming for Guild within the final minute. Guild may be awoken.
I feel like backboard play is going to be massive for Guild. When teams aren't quite as used to each other, covering the backboard and managing to avoid sort of giving away lots of infield passes is really tricky. And we all know how good Guild are when they are coming back above the goal. Here's another example. Though he's going to get it again. Oh, what a save from Fairy Peak. But just again, Guild showing what they're capable of.
Scrub Killer wanting to continue this offense as well, but Mount challenging on that side wall. And again, continues to face off versus Nolly. Fakes out though, who then ends up getting a weak touch. Sent far by K-Dop. Nolly in net towards Scrub Killer. Great clear out of defense. But a heavy touch from the young Scot means that Mount can go up. Beaten quite handily by Nolly. Both K-Dop and Fairy Peak go for that ball. Mount with the shot ends up firing wide, and the final 5 is going to need something from Guild.
It wasn't a shot, it was a very accurate pass, I'll have you know, from Mount. So was that into the corner. He's getting all the touches. It's smart play. He doesn't just want to shoot. What's the point in 3-1 when you can grind it out? A 2-1 victory. Letting Guild think that they can come into it all the way until the end before finally delivering the dagger into their heart. And game 1 goes to Vitality. I think that I'm very glad that Johnny Boy isn't currently on view right now, because he will be looking very smug in this instance.
I can imagine his smug face. He does it a lot. I'd also like to confirm to people that during this series, because they're using a sub currently, Vitality are allowed to sub Alpha back in if his internet issues do clear up.
Mount's just left.
Mount has just left the lobby. His one song in the RLCS is over. Alpha 54 is back in. We are seeing Alpha sub in for Mount in game number 2.
If they lose game 2, do they sub it right back and put Mount in for Alpha?
What a treat we have got. Mount, by the way, at the end of that, not even saying GG. Just coming in, beating one of the top teams in Europe, and just saying, oh, you want to get Alpha into the lobby now? And then just leaving, going back into the coaching role. This is now full strength Vitality, managing to take down Guild with the sub. I think that is going to be some very, very confident Frenchmen.
What on earth do Guild think at this point? They know that they are on the cusp of embarrassment if they can't turn this series around. People are going to forget that Alpha subbed in game 2. People will only remember that Mount beat Guild. Can we get that trending? Hashtag Mount beat Guild.
Poor Gregan. Poor Guild.
Hashtag poor Gregan.
Game number 2 is going to be seeing Guild wanting to bring it back. The early shot from Nolly. Saved away by K-Dop, sent high by Alpha, who gets the double tap over. Though you can immediately see the quality that Alpha has got. He's one of the star players from the plays in the last couple of days. Cole, we looked at one of his goals in the pre-show, and he brings a lot to this Vitality roster and hoping to take them into the semis.
Just look at the quality of that touch over the top towards Fairy Peak, and then K-Dop and Nolly into the center there. It's Guild with some early pressure. Nolly's coming from the ceiling towards Scrub Killer. It goes. They love this play, but K-Dop always finds a way to make the save.
The unstoppable force in the goal, but though breaking through as the object finds its target. That pass from Nolly after the demolish as well, though follows it up perfectly. Double taps it in. Both goals for Guild now coming from double taps. That backboard may be found as a bit of a weakness.
It truly is. I mean, it's not necessarily a weakness of Vitality, but it is such a strength for Guild. They can do this against pretty much anyone if they dare not cover their backboard for a few seconds. And now the series is back to normal. Guild seem a lot more comfortable, ironically, facing Alpha than they did against Mount at any point.
It's the known factor. Like,
exactly.
They know what Alpha's going to do, but Mount, they had no idea. And almost everybody could see that Alpha had a decent shot on target, and it might well just be a goal.
It doesn't matter if you know what Alpha's going to do. He is still going to absolutely do it, bulleting that shot into the bottom right corner, and we have a parity in this second game. So a decent return for Alpha after going a goal down, after joining the field. What a weird day he's had so far. I think this is the point now where the series begins to calm down for a second or two, especially with Fairy Peak saving that one.
Fairy Peak now moving up the pitch, sends it high on the right. Alpha cannot make any contact. And so Scrub forced to send towards Nolly. Scrub is still middle, but Nolly opts to go for the double tap. Does get zone, squeaks it central. Throw the only man up. Alpha backboard will try and dive in. Couldn't get a nose to it, but the post doing Vitality's job for them.
Yeah, Alpha was covering that backboard from the second the ball took to the air. It was actually a really clever shot from Tho to shoot low, trying to make sure that the person on the backboard wasn't able to get there. And it so nearly worked, but Guild still do have this pressure ongoing. Scrub Killer more than happy to cut rotation and go from the side, trying to force a 50-50, but it's Fairy Peak that it falls to, who can go high. But then look at the positioning of Guild. Tho so far back so he can meet the ball in the air and just keep the ball camped in Vitality territory.
Scrub onto that backboard will get bumped around by Nolly, and so K-Dot beats him out to the ball. Alpha sending it to the backboard, hoping that's a weakness for Guild on their defensive half, but Tho trying to go for the double. K-Dot learning like the French AI we described them as earlier. Another 50 in midair, falls down to Tho, shot on, but Alpha handily catching and dribbling away.
That is just the difference in quality with Alpha. He had pretty much no boost, barely anything to work with from an awkward angle, and still he manages to get it over a Guild player and safely towards the center of the map. And now Vitality, they're fully boosted. They've got the ball in the Guild half, and they can try and build an attack of their own. If Fairy Peak can tackle Scrub here, he can't, but K-Dot will beat Nolly. Now Fairy Peak gets his redirect, it's too high. Who's following up? It's nobody, and that one will come to nothing.
We've not even touched on the fact that this is Scrub versus the team that ended up kicking him after the World Championship over in Madrid for Season 9. The double save coming out and stepping to the post for Alpha. The trying to be too clever. It was a good idea for the placement, just a little bit too much spice on it. And yeah, Scrub originally on the Vitality roster, that's how we started his pro career. But because they didn't win Worlds, K-Dot decided to send the guillotine down on him. And Scrub had to find a new home in Guild. And the post once again for Vitality's offense.
Yeah, it's so near, so far for Vitality, but Scrub Killer's following this one. Look how quickly they're covering the backboard now, though, Vitality. As you mentioned, Stumpy, they do learn so quickly. You can get one goal against them, but you'll very rarely get the same type of goal against them before too long. And now they've got the chance to attack themselves. Alpha over the top. I think this is going straight in. It is. Flows off to Wonderland. 2-1 Vitality.
So going for a peculiar turn there because he went onto the backboard, which is a great idea, and then turned back to challenge on that left-hand wall. But he already got the boost, so he wasn't going to be going onto the side. He positioned to go backboard and then decided against it, despite the fact of being the right thing to do and with enough time. Very peculiar movement by Tho, and it cost Guild a goal.
So Alpha becomes the top scorer in the series, which he'll be more than happy about, despite losing that first game. And now K-Dot round the side. Who's coming in? It's
missing
Alpha.
out on
Fairy
that first
Peak,
game.
rotating all the way there. Here he comes, Fairy now off the ceiling. Can he get the next touch against Nolly? He can, but sadly K-Dot wasn't gambling on it. And Guild can build something for themselves. Nolly coming forward on the left wing. Alpha's touch isn't great, and Fairy Peak's in a little bit of trouble here. Tho wants this 100 boost, but he doesn't get it. And maybe that will be enough to kill the attack, and Vitality come themselves.
The final 30 seconds now as Guild do find themselves trailing by one goal yet again. Nolly to Scrub, but Alpha there, quick as you like. And Nolly turns to get the 100 boost, does so, but K-Dot challenging Tho. Sets himself up to a double tap position, saved away by Nolly. Scrub needing to get the offense going at this point because as 15 seconds is upon us, Guild down by 1.
Nolly and Scrub combine to get this ball all the way down to K-Dot's end, but the boom back is equally as effective. It's boom ball at the moment. Nolly wants to get a redirect, though. He's already up. He couldn't quite connect. Fairy Peak was brave, but in comes Nolly. No, Alpha was already there. And this one is probably going to touch the floor right here, right now. And if Tho can do something amazing, it's towards Tho, and he keeps it high. Nolly will be able to get onto this, and Tho's underneath it as well. This is a chance, but Nolly goes for the shot instead of putting it onto the backboard. And it does finish 2-1 to Vitality. And what a return to the fray for Alpha 54.
It did seem like a generally more comfortable game for Guild, though, I would say. Because with Mount, it was unknown. You had no idea what it was going to hit, what it was going to miss, and his favoured plays that he would like to go for. Will he be the attacking one? Will he trend towards the backboard, or is he more grounded in net? They have no idea. And it's why we see some of these teams in this Swiss format lose out to lower level teams, as it were, the bubble teams, because they don't know how to deal with them. The backboard, though, yet again for Guild, being their prime passing opportunity, and that's how they've secured every single one of their goals thus far. Vitality learned, shut that down after the second goal went in, and backboard is now covered. Guild need to find a new trick.
In both games as well, there has been some questionable defending from Guild, which I think is disappointing. You know, this is the team that had to fight and scrap so hard even to make it to this point in this third regional. And I don't want to see them chuck it away because they're giving a team like Vitality 3 goals. So I'm hoping from this point forwards, if Vitality score because they do something incredible, fair play, that's going to happen. But let's stop with these 3 goals that Guild are giving away.
And as game number 3 kicks off, Vitality looking to sweep Guild. Gigantic statement from them. As Kado tries to go for the double, Ferry comes in to collect an easy shot and does not manage to. As now Guild work their way out, but Alpha at the halfway mark, maintaining that pressure, maintaining the offense. And I think Guild, they have done a decent job so far, but they just lack every now and exactly like you said, Cole, on the defense. Like the second goal for Guild, sorry, for Vitality, that never should have gone in. That was just a throw error. And I would like to see just that get tidied up a little bit more. Find each other out of defense, because every time that they have, it's been an opportune moment then to transition into offense. But Vitality, game 3, start off with lots of attack.
They do, but that's a loose pass from Fairy Peak. It lets Guild come straight back in. Scrubkiller has a chance to get this one past Alpha, but the in-and-out save works out. And he gets this one towards Nolly. He's got boost. What a first touch from him. They're the touches we want to see from Guild, and that's where we want to see them. When there's got men behind him, he's not too close to his own goal. That's when you can be fancy and be clever. And it seems to be working. Scrub just needs one more touch to hook this one around. And Fairy Peak closed it down.
Demo's looking to be on the menu right now as Guild secure 2 in about 5 seconds.
Yum, yum.
With some decent shots as well, saved away by Nolly. As Alpha keeps that central again. Scrubkiller up high, blocks out from his former teammate, from his former team captain, his World Championship winning teammate at that as well. But Guild looking to take down Vitality, hopefully in this game to stretch it to 4, even 5. Vitality not looking to be giving up the Ghost quite that easily though, as the pressure continues.
Well, the best touch earlier on from Alpha, but he will get a second bite at that cherry, calling Scrubkiller interaction, and Scrub does well. Nolly gets the redirect. It's going over the top of both Fairy Peak and K-Dop. Guild have had the pressure all against them in game 3, but they have the lead.
That swipe across from Nolly to sneak it past K-Dop and Fairy Peak, 2 of the fastest players in Rocket League right now. And he gets it over the top. Great pass from Scrub, Nolly on the end of it, deadly combo, and the first goal, the first lead in this series going to Guild.
I'm more than happy to see Guild playing counter-attacking Rocket League. They know that they've given away goals, and they just need to be trying to be as solid as possible at the start of this one. And I think Vitality is surprised. They're shocked that their solo plays aren't quite coming off. They're probably begrudgingly impressed with how Guild are defending right now, their solidity in rotation, but actually they can be cut open with a pass like that. But then look where Scrub was. The discipline that he's showing, Gregan has clearly been in their ear, because this time he was all the way back. And I'd say in the first couple of games, he'd have been too far forward there.
He wasn't just all the way back either. He was all the way back and sideways at one of the posts facing towards the net, meaning that if it was above him, he can double jump. And there's no opportunity to send it behind him. So great positioning by Scrub to get that clear away, but Vitality still off that same phase of play, continue their deadly attack on the Guild defense. So far, yielding no results in this game.
So far, that's true, but they will keep on coming. Fairy Peak is the recipient of a miss/fake by K-Dop. Now it's Alpha's turn, but Tho closes it down. It's all down to that one touch from Guild to break through. Once they do, the counter-attack is on, and Scrub's got a chance for another one here if he can get past Fairy. That one's a little bit too high. Nolly's going to lose this race to K-Dop. Tho's coming in, and that's the win. Now is the next clearance going to be good? It's a pass, but Fairy Peak reads it. Can you see, though, how it's all in that one touch from Guild?
Nolly rather, trying to go for the double touch with his flip reset as well. K-Dop sends it low, Scrub to save.
Well played.
And stepping up a lot, I feel, are all players on Guild right now. It's not just one of them having a show like yesterday with Nolly. All 3 are going to have to be providing assists, saves, shots, and Alpha providing shots for Vitality. Getting us even.
He is just so good, is Alpha. Look at the finish. Look at the speed he goes for that ball. He's already his trajectory is already set by the time the ball bounces off the wall at a tough angle. And that's how he gets the pace. And that's how he got that equaliser. This could be double trouble. K-Dop's coming forward this time, and Scrub clears it. The question now, Stumpy, is whether Guild continue with their plan to defend. It might backfire, but what a save from Scrub. Vitality come again. K-Dop shoots. That is past Scrubkiller. The decision to shoot was correct, and maybe that's the series.
Did K-Dub know that Scrub was there? Because his nameplate is entirely hidden by the post, by the entire goal wall. And Scrub sneaks his nose out, cannot make any contact. K-Dub with the acute angle to give Vitality the lead. Are we going to be seeing that as the final goal and a full 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 series?
We'll see. Right now it's Vitality coming on further. They look more likely to get this fourth goal. Scrub needs to do something soon. Needs to surprise his old team. Is he able to do it coming from the ceiling? Not quite. Fairy Peak just disciplined, staying underneath him. Then look how close Alpha cheats. We really need that big clearance from Guild to come in soon because more and more chances coming in for Vitality. They can't quite get the third yet, though, and Guild come again.
Chance now for Scrub. Sends it high, but Fairy Peak tips it to the backboard. Nolly wants to get it central, but does not make contact, though, with enough boost to get this middle, but not much else. Instead, beaten by K-Dub. Scrub, central, Nolly to receive, back towards Scrub. Alpha missing, but Scrub does manage to steal that boost away. The final 10 needs a goal. Nolly with the air dribble, tipped away. Though, taking this chance, then getting in Tho's way. 0 seconds, ball touches. Vitality with very Scrub with the shot on net, saved away by K-Dub, who saves the overtime from happening. Vitality sweep Guild in our first quarterfinals.
What an odd series that was. Remember 2 games ago when Mount was playing himself?